Beer is the alcoholic beverage of choice in Belgium, the world's most renowned brewing nation, where about 60% of production is exported. But lately, beer sales are taking a hit due to a war with wine. Most Belgian beer gets sold in France, where the government has slapped a tax increase of 160% on beer to protect French wine growers. Belgian brewers say the measure is unfairly targeted. Sales to France have dropped by 500,000 hectoliters, a loss of 60 million euros so far. Beer producers have now turned to the European Union to scrap the French tax.
It's a matter of principle. There can be, for us, a difference between wine and beer in every member state, according if it's a beer state or a wine state. But the disproportionality between beer and wine, like it was voted in France, we cannot accept it. It's not good for the European market. It's against European law, and the consumers are not happy with it.
Meanwhile, in France, the tax is having its desired results. Already since January, when the French tax hike on beer took effect, wine sales have been on the rise. Less people are going for beers and instead grabbing themselves a bottle of wine. Belgium sees the shift in drinking habits as firm evidence of unfair competition. But for France, it's a matter of survival.
Easy to understand. They want to protect their own industry. You have two different kinds of wines. The most important wines from Bordeaux, the Grand Cru, are very easy to sell with a very high and very expensive price. But the average of producing and of producers has some difficulties to sell their wines, because we produce wines and good wines in all countries all over the world. So they have to compete against Australia, against South Africa, and even against China, because we start to produce wine and some good wines in China as well.
Belgian brewers say recent numbers show a widening gap between wine sales in and beer imports to France are enough evidence to prove a restriction of free movement of goods, and might see the European Union step in to settle the beverage battle. Sandra Gatman, CCTV, Brussels.